hi. It comes to mind now. It's important to say. So there's a saying that you are who you are. All right, and that's true and misleading, and actually damaging in some ways. We're not properly contexted. So better said, you are who you are right now. All right, but that can change. That's not fixed. That's a lie. You are who you are right now, and that changes over time. So what happens is people can't drop certain things, or they assume that's just me. That's the advice. That's the way it's talked about. That's this reality, and it's not true. You are whoever you decide to be, but the problem is this: ask and thou shalt receive. Now, so if you go to God and say, "This has been my life. These are my interests. I always relapse. I always go back to it. I always go back to my vomit." Ask God to remove your interest sets, disinterest you. All we are is a set of attributes on a mixer, like that we burned. In some ways, each of us is a mixing board. All those little dials, you know, that God has tweaked certain ways. That's so and so. That's so and so. And then our personal matters, personal bits. But so you are who you are because that's the way you are set on a mixing board, essentially. So ask God to disinterest you in your old interests and passions, and give you new passions, give you new interests, give you a new bend on your mind. And that takes a while. It takes a while for that to happen. 10 years, but people don't ask it that way. So you have to make. That's why you have to with your mouth, you know, pray. What was prayer? Prayer is nothing more than asking somebody intelligibly with your mouth what you want or think, because they don't know. God doesn't know. God only knows so deep, so many layers in what you think at any given time. They can read your mind, but and they might, but they don't know how it works all once. They don't. They can't. You know what I mean? So this is what happens in convo. They go like 1 or 2 letters in, and they certainly know you. They don't. Nobody really knows what you think exactly. They don't. Even if they're in your body and right along, it's a lie. It's a lie. So you have to tell people, explicit. So ask, and they shall receive, and God can then know. Okay, well then you want to be different. Then we'll start to make it differently, and then he'll release this image of you. God retains this image in His mind of you. That's who you are, and he protects that. So people don't change because He says, "Well, this is who they are." Well, you have to tell them, "Well, I'm okay, being like this." And He's okay. Well, then now it's okay to modify you. And so your interests and passions are only what you're set to. And yeah, so he has to change it over time, so so you stay conscious, and don't go to sleep. So I don't see that's a lose. So anything you're not good at now, eventually you can be. But practice makes perfect. And all things take time, and you have to get so far down the road, and that takes years sometimes for major changes. So you can't just turn it off. Then it's blink. Then you're somebody else. You have to blend into it and then make it you, and identify and grab it, and move into that life, and put certain things on the hook, for good, or in some capacity, much lower. Make it not. You have to set your priorities. Tell you what are my main passions, what are my main interests, what do I still want to have in my life, only so much, and he'll adjust the thermostat, and then you'll eventually get there. Okay, so you are who you are right now, and that can change over time. You can still be you. So I don't know how everybody turned it out. With all the blended things. If you don't like who you are, that's fine. Ask and I shall receive explicitly, and make sure you find the right person. And if you can't be clear, if you have a language issue, or you're not articulate, you have to get that one solved, so you make sure that it's properly understood exactly, and you just write it out or lay it out. Make a map, a mind map. Some diagram of who you want to be in 10 years or 5 years.